What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking fresh and clean soapy fragrances. So I haven't done this topic in a while, and there's several that have changed in my list. And what inspired this is I recently picked up one of the fragrances we'll be speaking on. I'll probably put it in the thumbnail. A lot of you know what I'm referring to, and I've just been enjoying wearing it. I'm actually wearing it currently, and it got me thinking, you know, I haven't talked about some of my favorite soapy fragrances, what I think are some of the best options. Some underdog sleeper picks, some well-known stuff that if you're looking for soapy, clean, and fresh, which sometimes is all you really need, I've got 10 that I think you should really look into. So stay tuned. Starting with a big-time underdog, it gets overshadowed because there's a lot of really good flankers that really veer away from this DNA. And I really feel like it needs more love than it has gotten in the last several years. We're talking about the original Praline Rosa. It just doesn't get the kind of love it deserves because Carbon got love for years. Sport, Praline Rosa Black gets all kinds of date night type of love because it is a great date night fragrance. But all of these that I'm mentioning veer away from this. And then you have the Ocean line that's kind of become its own thing. There's 3 versions of that, and so on. But this is kind of a peppered bar of soap is how I've always looked at it. The lavender here is very soapy, fresh, and clean. It's like an average performer. It's nothing crazy. 5-6 hour range type of stuff. Very professional. Very dapper, if you will, if you're just looking for fresh and clean, not necessarily just out the shower, just kind of that clean professional vibe. You don't want anything over the top or out the norm, just something to kind of go with the vibe of being clean looking. You know what I mean? From head to toe, just a clean look. You want a clean smell. And this is very good for that. It's Praline Rosa, the original. Now, with that said, is the fragrance that sparked the idea in the first place. This is Mugler Cologne Come Together, the reformulation, rebottling, re-releasing of the original Terry Mugler Cologne, which I do have the vintage bottle. In fact, it is right here. So soured top note slightly, but it does smell the same. So if you're ever wondering, is it as good as the old one? Yes, it most certainly is. I've worn this 2 or 3 days. Over two of the last 3 days, I have worn this fragrance. Really been enjoying it. Fresh citrus, clean musk, fresh greens, that petitgrain type of smell. Clean, soapy, neroli, white floral. Just fresh Irish Spring bar of soap in a bottle. Very professional. Again, very clean. Sometimes you just want that soapy smell. It just works. It gives that cleanliness type of tone, which is the theme we're rolling with here. My experience so far with this one, about the same as what I get with Praline Rosa that we spoke on a moment ago. About 5 hours or so. Nothing crazy in performance, but it gets the job done. You can always refresh. It's super inoffensive. It's very pleasant and enjoyable to wear. And this Mugler Cologne Come Together. This next one has a little bit more depth to it, and it's a little bit pricier, but it's another one that doesn't get a lot of love. That's beautiful. If you like clean musk, if you like soapy iris, you'll probably enjoy Parfums de Marley Galloway. Very clean, fresh, peppered bar of soap. Once again, the iris here isn't too powdery. Of course, because there's an iris note, yes, it is powdery, but it's just as soapy, clean, and fresh floral as it is powdery floral. It's not that waxy, lipsticky type. You get a little bit of black pepper sprinkled in there to give it a little bit of character with a beautiful, clean musk that has this almost aldehydic-like property. There might even be aldehydes in here. I don't remember the note breakdown specifically, but it's got this fizzy brightness to the top. Just a beautiful, clean, soapy fragrance with great performance. This one's 8+ hours in longevity on my skin. Can be loud if you spray it more than just a few times. That depends on you and what you're looking to do, your setting, your personality, and so on. But for me, this is one I can easily just spray 5 times, go on about my business, and it's going to last through most of the day. It's going to be nice and soapy, clean, and fresh. Again, that's Parfums de Marley Galloway. Underrated, underappreciated from the house. You can find 4.2 ounce bottles like this pop up at the rack stores like Rossa for less for 30 bucks. You can find it from discounters online for around 30 bucks. It is Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport Fresh. This is another clean, soapy iris smell. Maybe not on the same quality level and performance level as the fragrance we spoke about previously with Galloway, but in the same vein. Doesn't smell a whole lot like Polo Sport. This is more of a soapy, clean, fresh, light, powdery scent, clean and musky. Doesn't have any of that spice, a little bit of a slight green feel. Just a beautiful fragrance. Not really a strong performer. I would say 4, maybe 5 hours if you're lucky. We can call it in that 3 to 5 hour range is kind of the expectation, I would say. So below average performance, but it's cheap. It can be a great gym scent, great refresher if you don't mind refreshing at work and you enjoy the scent. If you can keep your bottle with you, this is a great office setting fragrance. It just really works. Sometimes 3 to 5 hours might be all you need. Most of the time in a workplace setting, you're going to want more performance than that. But again, if you can keep the bottle with you for the money, it's pretty hard to beat. It does smell really, really good, I have to say. It's Polo Sport Fresh. Now, this one's got a lot going on for it. Now, I've been told that it's pronounced a certain way, but I just like saying the name this way. Nishane EGE. I know it's pronounced differently. I don't know. I've said it like that from the start. I've been corrected because what viewer of YouTube doesn't like to correct somebody making a video, right? It's what a lot of people live for. But it's got this aldehydic, fizzy, clean, soapy, aromatic smell to it. A little bit of green. It's a little fresh and watery. The muskiness here is really nice. There's a hint of spice. There's a nice woody facet. This is a pretty deep fragrance. When you first smell it, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too complex. And while it's not the most nuanced fragrance out there, it does offer a few subtle nuance changes throughout the life of the fragrance with another 8+ hour longevity performance. Such a beautiful fragrance. This is easily one of my favorite Nishane fragrances. You can get 50 mLs like this for in the realm of $100 from discounters online. It's pretty affordable niche with such an easy to like, easy to wear type of profile with really good performance. It really checks a lot of boxes. You're looking for fresh, clean, and soapy. Man, ain't a whole lot better than Nishane's EGE. Let's go with another underdog, shall we? Been around for many years. I've always kind of called it a smoky bar of soap because it's basically soapy lavender and birch are the main things you're going to get here. It is Boss Bottled Night. Underappreciated. It never got any love. There's a few fans out there, and I'm sure any of you watching this that are fans of it will let it be known in the comments that on occasion when I mention this one, people seem to, you know, at least fans of it, like to voice their opinion on, I'm so glad you talked about it, because there are people that are big fans. Like I said, I haven't wore it in a while. I might wear it out the shower this evening, in fact. Admittedly, smells nothing like Boss Bottled. Poorly tied flanker, I have to say, but I love the color gradients to the bottle. See, the light's coming through to me, so you can't see, but there's this really dark, like midnight blue translucent gradients to this. Beautiful bottle, I gotta say. And again, smoky bar of soap. Birch and lavender. It's relaxing, it's clean, it's got a subtle nuance of this dark feel without being a dark fragrance technically, because it's still a soapy, clean fragrance. And another one, kind of below average, 4 to 5 hour range in longevity. Nothing special in performance, but you can still get this one really cheap. And it's a nice addition to someone's collection, or a nice, you know, if you just want the one that's fresh, soapy, clean, but offers a little something different, that's where Boss Bottled Night comes in. Now, relatively affordable niche, really good performance. I was lucky to find this one in the moving phase of going from Colorado to Florida. We stopped in Denton, Texas, and I did a little rack store hunting when we had some downtime after we settled into our hotel. I had to go run and get something. I forgot what it was. And they had a Marshall's and a Ross Dress for Less right where I was going. So I popped in, and I ended up with Clean Classic Pure Soap. And don't get me wrong, it leans a little feminine. My wife loves this fragrance. When I wear it, she has worn it herself. It is a soap-based smell. Don't get me wrong, it's got that lathered soap, super clean, quality smell, but a lot of fresh florals here as well that give it kind of that feminine lean. It's a little powdery, it's clean and musky, and that's basically what you can expect here. That's the nuances and accords that I get from it. With really good performance, it can be a bit much if you spray this one heavy. I just want to throw that out there, but fresh out the shower or going in a setting where fresh and clean is all you need, this is quality, and it's really good performance in my experience. 8+ hours of longevity, once again, can be loud if not sprayed mindfully, so keep that in mind. And you can find this one online in that $50 range. I was lucky to get this 50 ml for around $30 from the rack store. If you see it at the rack stores, you'll get it a little cheaper than you get it online, but even online, I think it's a pretty good bargain. Clean Classic Pure Soap. Now, this is a relatively new release that you can get for around $20. I had got a tester. Came in a tester box, but as long as it's got a cap, I don't care. This is Eau de Rochas Citron Soleil. So this kind of smells like the Neroli Portofino type of scent profile, a little heavier on the Neroli. It's even in the name. So you get that soapy white floral smell. Heavy Neroli gives a soapy smell. Man, so loads of citrus, fresh green. You get a hint of florals here besides the neroli that adds some more freshness to the fragrance. And this is, you know, average at best 5-hour range in longevity, but it's around 20 bucks, and it doesn't smell like a $20 fragrance to me. I believe technically it's either unisex or marketed for women. I forgot, but it smells in the realm, the profile of Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford. I just find it to be a little bit soapier, a little bit more floral, maybe a little bit more feminine, I guess would be the way to go here with my thoughts, versus Neroli Portofino. You can get this one cheap. It smells really good. It's Eau de Rochas Citron Soleil. Peppered Soapy Clean Shower Gel. This had hype years ago when it first came out. You can get this one really cheap. Under 20 bucks will get you a 100 ml sometimes in certain places, but definitely a 60 ml like this. It's Jaguar Pace. A lot of rosemary and pepper, has this ambroxan shower gel-like smell to it. Bright and aromatic. Like I said, green spiced and peppered spiced as well. This is actually a really good soapy shower gel type of scent profile that I've spoken about in the past. Now, as far as something a bit more nuanced with spice and woods, maybe look to Jaguar Pace Accelerate, the flanker. But if you want more soapy clean, this would be the way to go. And actually a decent performer. 5 to 6 hours has been my experience. Performs better than other ones that we've talked about on this list, and it's quite cheap. This is a very affordable fragrance that next time you're looking to add something cheap to your cart from a discounter online to get to that free shipping mark or whatever, throw this in there, especially if you're looking for a really good, honestly, soapy clean fragrance. It's Jaguar Pace. And last but not least, one of my favorite fragrances all time is Invictus Aqua 2018. Now, this smells like that, but soapier, because this profile is almost identical to Aqua 2018, but instead of having the violet, it's got lavender, and the lavender gives it a soapy smell. We're talking about Halloween Man Hero. You can get this one really cheap for a 4.2 ounce bottle like this, and it is soap dominant Invictus Aqua 2018, so of course I like this one. This is also the main fragrance I recommend to people when you want to get something really close to Invictus Aqua 2018, specifically that profile. This is the way to go. I mean, you can see how much I like it. It's the one that I'm spraying. Grapefruit citrus. It's not as powdery. It's more soapy than it is powdery, where Aqua 2018 is nice and powdery. Freshwater, aquatic, woodsy, and musky. Such a delight. You can get it for like 30, 35 bucks for a 4.2 ounce bottle. Pretty damn hard to beat, honestly. And I'm not going to say I saved the best for last, because I really didn't. I think, honestly, it would have been Nishane EGE, Parfums, the Marley, or Mugler if I was saving the best for last, but this is pretty damn good. It's Halloween Man Hero. Well, that's the 10 that I wanted to cover with you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. What's some of your favorite soapy, clean, fresh fragrances? I mean, obviously, there's much more that are really good beyond the 10 that I'm featured here today. So definitely sound off down below and let me know what some of your favorites are. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the ones I featured and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.